come and count to 10, because it's something you must know. You can practice with your fingers, you can practice with your toes. It'll help you with your math, it'll help you understand.
Welcome to Different is Normal. I'm Suzanne Barnett, your host, and tonight I am so pleased to present Mr. Ian Perry, who is a senior student at Stanbridge School. Welcome, Ian.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I really enjoy interviewing young men like you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you are a 12th grade student at Stanbridge.
Yep.
And I found out that you're not so crazy about hockey. Wrong.
Yeah.
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 So, first of all, what is it like to go to Stanbridge School?
It's kind of like a good experience for me since I dealt with teachers in the past who were like really strict. Now going to Stanbridge, you have a first name basis and it's really comfortable. I could relax in the classroom better than public school with the like boot camp basically sometimes for me.
But I know very, very well that you are really crazy about hockey.
Yeah.
So let's talk about hockey.
All right.
All right. Why are you so crazy about it?
I live and breathe hockey. My world is surrounded by hockey. Like I play and I watch it basically every day and every week.
They play every day?
I practice every day
you
outside.
play every day.
Yeah.
Are you crazy about the Sharks?
Kind of. I'm also crazy about Toronto as well.
Oh, that's, you were telling Jenny Lynn that you would like to go to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because of hockey?
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you start hockey, Ian?
This year, basically, and probably years before.
So what's, I always ask people, people that are like addicted to golf. It's very hard for me to think about that. But there's something within each person that you're drawn to it. So I want to ask you, why are you so drawn to it?
The fighting and the body checking,
Yeah.
and the goals. And basically how they play hockey. It's one of the hardest sports to play ever because you have to ice skate, you have to know how to puck control on the ice, and you basically need to go at the speed where these players are going.
So it's very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure it must be very easy to get hurt.
Yeah, it is, because especially in ice hockey where you have a 200-plus man coming at you at full speed, and you run into a glass, which is not so movable, you'll be on the ice quickly and with a concussion.
Have you been hurt?
No.
You must be very good.
Yeah, I am.
You are. Okay, the other thing that you enjoy is bowling.
Yeah.
So tell us about bowling.
I have 150 average. I bowl every week, and I try practicing every week, but I ran out of time because my mom is working. And so my average gone down, but I still could hook the ball and get high scores.
So it sounds to me like you really are quite an athlete.
Yeah.
That's good. It's better than drinking drugs and so forth.
Yeah.
Your Stanbridge School is noted for kids coming out that are really healthy psychologically.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
I think because they have a really good support system. Like a public school, they don't have that at all. The counselors there are basically just for calming kids down from blowing up. But at counselors at Stanbridge, you kind of talk to, they're kind of polite, so that's why.
Yeah. So you're very comfortable at school.
Yep.
And what about your academics? How do you feel about those?
Oh, okay, I'm not so crazy about civics, but I'm okay in others.
Math and everything. Yeah. So now that you're a 12th grader, you'll graduate in June?
Yeah.
And then what's going to happen?
I'll probably will most likely go to junior college, but the schools I want to go to after junior college might be the University of Connecticut or Calgary University.
Do they have hockey?
Yeah, all those schools.
That's a prerequisite, right,
Yeah.
for you?
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, let's talk about the girls now at Stanbridge.
Okay.
What are they like?
We don't really have that much girls at Stanbridge.
Really?
There's only like probably like 3 to 5 girls in the entire high school. It's mainly a lot of the boys are in high school. Most of the girls are basically teachers and counselors.
So it's really a boys' school?
Kind of, but it still is for everybody. But I mainly notice boys at Stanbridge.
Yeah. Do you miss having a girlfriend?
I never really had a girlfriend before.
Well, that you'll probably turn out to be, you know. So some boys seem to be late bloomers, and the girls start so young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started at 8.
Okay.
And I still like young boys. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Well, no, I really do.
Oh.
So let's talk about, let's talk more about hockey.
All right.
Okay. So, I mean, like when you first start playing, how do you feel?
When you first start playing, I think the rules are different. So you're not allowed to check a little kid because basically a person of my size would destroy them. And also they don't want kids to get hurt. It's mainly just to have fun and just to relax on the ice.
But do you feel very competitive?
Yeah, hockey is a very competitive sport,
Yeah.
except in pickup. Pickup, I just wanted to beat one person, but basically all I want to do is beat the other team and to have fun.
I would think that would be so exciting because of the danger.
Yeah.
Do you think it's as dangerous as football?
It's more dangerous than
No.
football because hockey back in the 70s, nobody wore masks or helmets. And you have nowadays, you wear helmets, but they don't have a full cage in the NHL and below that. So you also have a puck which is frozen to 10 degrees and shoot at you over 100 miles per hour. It could really wreck your jaw.
I didn't know the puck was frozen.
Yeah, it is frozen.
Because?
Because I think it glides over the ice more, and the rubber, which is grabbed on the ice, so it would be harder to shoot it and pass it, and it wouldn't move well.
Now, does Canada have a better team than any other team in the United States?
Canadians basically live and breathe hockey, but in the United States, you also have Minnesota, which is technically like our little Canada in hockey. But the Canadian teams play a totally different style than Americans. Americans play a more physical, more checking game. The Canadians play more of a physical, not physical, more of a speedy, more of a glide across the ice. You might occasionally check, but they mainly just go
What's
fast.
a checking game?
A checking game is basically when you put somebody on the ice everywhere. You don't really have a job in that.
I'm not understanding that. Say that again.
It's checking game is more like when you basically hit people and put them on the ice.
Oh, you hit the people?
Yeah, you don't punch them. You just basically use your entire body to put them on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, see, this is so interesting.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun to meet a person like you, Ian.
Thanks.
You know, that you're passionate
Mm-hmm.
about what you do.
Yep.
Are you passionate about other things in your life?
Yeah, I'm passionate about video games.
Oh, yeah, talk about video games.
Video games, I play Xbox Live, which is an internet gaming system with my cousin every night. Except games, I go to hockey games or watch hockey on TV, basically. I'm not online. I have other plans.
So I have never played a video game, so would you tell me about it?
Okay, there's different styles of video games. You have first-person shooters through like racing, sports, and RPG.
And so is that where you have that thing in your hand?
Yeah.
And you do it on TV?
Yeah.
I mean on your computer
Yeah.
or TV?
Yeah.
And so what's the purpose of those games? I mean, for you. I'm sure it's different for everybody.
Yeah. For me, the purpose when I play with my cousin is to beat my cousin every night, which I sometimes fail, but I normally beat him.
Is he the same age as you?
No, he's older than me. I think he's 40, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you're pretty good.
Yeah.
You're very dexterous. Is that the word?
I don't
You
know.
have dexterity.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me what else you're interested in.
I'm interested in like baseball, but I'm also interested in the Patriots and the Packers.
Okay, now who are they?
The Patriots are the football team in New England, and the Packers are one of the greatest football teams ever in the NFL.
Now,
So-
have you played football?
No, I never have. I played a pickup, but not really competitively, no.
Yeah. What's a pickup?
Pickup is where you bring your friends over and just throw the ball around just to have fun. You're not in a team, basically.
I'm learning so much about sports.
Thanks.
Yeah, really. What else? What else are you interested in?
Music, like piano and guitar.
Come on, I didn't know about that. You should have brought your guitar.
I'm not. I kind of dropped it a few months ago, so I could have chances to go ice skating more and have lessons more.
And what about the piano?
I've been practicing having lessons for that for almost 10 to 11 years now, so I'm pretty good at it.
Classical?
Yeah, classical and just a mixture of everything else.
Can you do anything by ear on the piano?
Some stuff, yeah.
As well as reading the notes?
Well,
how come you're so well-rounded for age 17?
I think my mom might put me into a lot of this stuff, my parents especially. But I think I just put myself into hockey. My friends brought me into hockey, and basically that's why I love hockey.
And I found out that you are an only child.
Yep.
What is that like?
It's nice. We could have my own game room, not have to deal with a brother or a sister or twins game room.
Yeah,
room, So.
But you have other people around, like your cousin, that you can. But it sounds like you just love competition.
Yeah, I do.
And I think that's very interesting because as an adult, it'll probably come in handy, depending on what is your idea of a profession.
Criminal justice.
No, you're going to be a lawyer.
Police officer.
Oh, a police officer. Okay, let's talk about that.
I want to be a police officer just because it's kind of fun just giving people tickets.
Oh, you're bad.
I know. And also it's kind of, I just like keeping things in order, and also not so much, but I like Dirty Harry. And I just feel like being like Dirty Harry with the really big revolver.
Do you know how to shoot guns?
I shot like BB guns before, but
Yeah.
I never shot because we don't have guns in our culture in my neighborhood.
That's good. And you live in?
Union City.
Union City, and that's across the bay from here. Yeah. So it's a good neighborhood?
It's a good neighborhood. It's one of the cities which my parents think and I think where gangs actually help because they prevent other gangs moving in, more violent gangs leaving the area. And they basically, if you don't do anything bad to you, they won't do anything to you. So they basically, you only need a police force. If they hit something in their neighborhood, they will come at the people. So, yeah.
But they're cutting back on police forces. Isn't that kind of scary?
Yeah, that is kind of scary.
So do you think it's a good time, Ian, for you to go into that field?
I think it's a good time. I also think if I'm not going to become a police force, if I live in the same area, might be a good time to buy like a gun, like a pistol or a shotgun.
For what reason?
For self-defense, basically. Just to protect people, protect myself and my property.
Would you be able to shoot somebody?
No, but...
Well, no. What if some so-called robber came into your house and you had a gun? And this is a very personal question.
Yeah.
And everybody has a different answer. What would you do?
I would actually probably shoot them, probably.
I think I agree with you because it's self-preservation, and that comes first.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting because I just recently found out a little bit about guns, and they say that if you're going to have a gun in your house, you better keep it loaded.
Yeah.
Because you don't have time to unlock whatever, you know, wherever it is, and then stick those bullets in.
Yeah.
But that's so scary to me.
Mm-hmm.
And in England, they don't allow guns. So that's another subject.
Yeah.
I think, personally, I'm very anti-guns. I really am. Because look what's happening in our society. Here you are, 17, and here you're facing a violent society.
Yeah.
So does that, you know, petrify you?
No, it's just because I grew up in this type of community, so basically accustomed to it. Basically, if nobody bothers my business, I won't bother your business. So basically,
You grew up in what kind of a community?
I grew up. I grew up in like a community, like gang-related community.
Oh, you did.
I mean, I just live around them, so I'm accustomed to that type of stuff.
And so how have you dealt with that?
I just ignore it. I mean, I just live in my house, and they're on the other side of the street or a neighborhood and shooting stuff.
Oh, Ian,
Yeah.
you're quite the fellow. I just met you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had no idea. But that's what's so interesting about interviewing somebody. And
Yeah.
you're very easy to interview
Thanks.
because you're so honest.
Mm-hmm.
We have a few minutes left, but I'm waiting for my final question.
All right.
But I'm going to ask you a question before that, though.
All right.
So, living in this society, of course, you don't know any other society.
Yeah.
And I asked you this before, but I'm asking you again. In your heart, are you fearful?
I kind of am fearful of other things, like dark and close quarters stuff, but and ghosts. But that's basically I'm fearful of.
That's very interesting.
Thanks.
Now, what about your parents? How do they feel about guns? I want to get back on guns.
My dad grew up with guns, as he grew up in a ranch, and my great uncle brought up suitcases full of guns, and he kind of brought guns everywhere. But my mom never really grew up with that, and when my uncle passed away, and this is a totally different uncle, he had a 357 Python, and she decided to give it to my cousin because she's not a gun person.
So you don't have any guns in the house.
No.
But
But-
if you become a police officer
Mhm.
and you still are living in your house,
Mhm.
you're going to have a gun. So
Yeah.
what's your mom going to say about that?
I'll probably have to live in my own house or have a tent in the backyard. She does not really.
She does not approve.
No.
No. I asked a friend of mine who was a police officer, and I said, I'm thinking about getting a gun because I live alone. And he said, lady, he said, I don't think that would be good for you. And I said, excuse me, why not? He said, probably because, I mean, unless I was really adept at it, that the other person would get the gun and kill me.
That's
So
true.
I've never, but I did entertain that idea, you know, that thought.
Yeah.
So let's get back
Mm-hmm.
to you're 17
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to graduate in June,
Yeah.
and then you'll go to a community college.
Yeah.
So will you be taking a general course?
Yeah. Probably the general course probably will be English first, or math, just to get the tough classes out of the way. And I'll probably take 2 classes my first semester, probably criminal justice and English. This one which I have to do and one which I feel like doing. Or I'll probably do math and English and criminal justice. One of those 2 ideas.
Well, in criminal justice, you could become a lawyer or a judge. Would you like that?
Yeah, I would like to have $1 million and stuff.
And be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to ask this question. I love this question. If we talked a little bit about it, Ian. If you had to write a memoir,
Yeah.
what would you like to be remembered for?
I'd like to be remembered for probably one of the greatest hockey players who ever lived. Yeah. And I also like to be remembered for that I am a Democrat, but I'm also a highly, highly conservative on gun laws.
Excuse me.
So I really am really, I approve gun laws and rather.
Yeah. Oh, I thought, excuse me, I was interpreting it that you were conservative, which meant that you were against.
No,
you're for gun laws.
I'm for gun laws. I probably will join the NRA, but
well, I'm a Democrat, but I'm anti-NRA. But
yeah.
at least we have one thing in common, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the only thing is, I'm going to be the devil's advocate. The gun law, anybody could get a gun.
Yeah.
So, and that's what they're doing, Ian, and they're going around shooting everybody. So how do you feel about that?
That is bad, but if they try to buy a gun in a gun store and they have been in the can for like robbing people, they can't get a gun because they have a criminal record and they can't buy any guns legally.
But what are the rules to getting a gun? Say I went to a gun shop. I can buy any gun I want?
Yeah, but you can't take it out of the store because they had to do a background check on you if you have any criminal records. So you might have like a rifle. I could buy an M18 because it's really hard to conceal a rifle in a jacket. And also the 5-day rating day background. When you try to buy a pistol or a shotgun, it takes 21 days to get that gun, and you have to be over the age of 21 to buy the gun.
Do you think that's strict enough?
I actually don't really think. I think that's actually stricter. I think if you're an adult, you could do everything you want. Like, I think that when you should buy alcohol at 18. Like, I don't agree with the laws nowadays because tobacco you could buy at 18. But you can't buy alcohol till 21. Like, yeah.
How do you feel about that? About the 18 and then the 21? Do you think you should buy alcohol when you're 18?
You think you should do that, but I think you should put tobacco at 21. It's just because I just think that it's a smarter move, in my opinion.
Are you for tobacco?
No, I am not.
So don't you think we should get a law against tobacco?
If there's a laws against like marijuana and heroin, tobacco is technically a drug. That should be banned too.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I certainly have had quite a little argument with you. I don't usually do that, but it's so interesting, really. Here you are, 17, and you have your whole life ahead, and to me, it's just fascinating.
Yeah.
You know, the way you are. You're a very bright, successful young man.
Thanks.
And I bet your parents are very proud of you.
Yep.
And we have to mention the reason that you are the talent, the guest, is because of Ted Milkey, our producer.
Yeah.
I always like to mention his name.
Yeah.
He's quite a guy, isn't he? I've interviewed him a couple of times. How do you get along with him?
He's okay. He's a really good basketball player. He could technically throw a ball from one court to the other side of the court to a person.
Really?
Yep. I play pickup basketball with him every day at school, so I know basically how he rolls. So, yeah.
Well, Ian, I want to thank you so much for being the guest. You are a great young man.
Thank you.
Okay? And I want to thank our crew. It's so fun to do these shows. We're so lucky to have KMVT.
All right.
Oh, we still have a couple of minutes. Okay, let's argue about something. I'm trying to think. What else can we argue about? Because it makes the program more fun. What else?
That pot law last year.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that.
All right. My personal opinion, even though pot is highly illegal, and I will never ever use it in my life. But I think it'd be a good thing to get a good chunk of tax money into our government to get us out of debt in our state, because taxes basically to tax the drug, and you probably eliminate the drug cartels that are smuggling it into our state.
I totally agree with you on that. I can't argue. But aren't there other states that allow marijuana?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I'm
No.
not sure about that.
Yep. I do notice that there is, I think there's like one other state allows medical marijuana.
Yeah, I guess it's medical marijuana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we're the only ones, or there's one other more. I'm probably guessing New York might be the other one.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to ask you about, I think, this is my opinion, and we only have 1 minute now,
All right.
but I think marijuana is better for a person than alcohol.
I have to say it's both a good thing and a bad thing. For the bad thing is because that alcohol destroys the liver, and pot basically destroys your brain.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, well, you know what?
Yeah.
We're going to leave it at that.
All
And
right.
you have been such a good guest.
Thank you.
I wish you the best, and
Thanks.
you keep up that hockey,
Yeah.
your piano,
Yep.
and bowling.
Yep.
And of course, I thank our crew. We have such a wonderful crew. We couldn't do it without our crew. And of course, I want to thank our audience for watching. And I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.
9, 10.
Come on, let's start it again.
Come and count to 10, because it's something you must know. You can practice with your fingers, you can practice with your toes. It'll help you with your math, it'll help you understand. Let's practice with your fingers. Come on now, let's begin. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Come on, let's do it again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Come on, let's start it again.
Come and count to 10, because it's something you must know. You can practice with your fingers, you can practice with your toes. It will help you with your math, and it will help you understand. Let's practice with